All right, guys, it's so great to have a chance to speak with you again. And maybe I'll get to see you guys Sunday. Hope so, for our last outdoor service. If not, though, it's a real honor still to get to meet with you and share from God's Word with you in this way. And so thank you so much for tuning in today and listening and being part of this. In just a couple weeks now, week and a half now, we're going to have our first indoor service, which I am so excited about. On the 23rd, during the 9:30 and the 11 o'clock service, we're going to have service indoors, and we're going to be able to have Treehouse again, and I'll get to interact with some of you guys face-to-face again, which I'm really looking forward to. So until then, thanks again for tuning in. We're going to continue our series that we've been doing on the book of Proverbs. So real quick, before we start, I want to see if you guys can remember what a proverb is. So take a second, pause the video if you need to, and turn to whoever you're watching the video with, mom or dad, grandma and grandpa, whoever, and tell them, what is a proverb? All right, did you remember? Did they remember? Hopefully they remember by now. If you don't, hopefully mom and dad or whoever you're watching with remembers. This is the definition we've been using of a proverb. A proverb is a short statement to help us make decisions that lead to a good life. Right? A short statement, that's so we can remember it, to help us make decisions that lead to a good life. And there's a book of the Bible called Proverbs that is full of these little short statements that we can use to help us make good decisions to lead to a good life. And we've talked now, I think, about 3 of them. And today we're going to talk about a 4th one. So this one has to do with our words. Right? When I grew up, there was this phrase we used to say. I mean, my parents used to tell me this, and I get why they did it. They used to tell me, "Sticks and stones may break my bones, but words will never hurt me." You guys heard that before? Hopefully not. Hopefully that phrase has disappeared. Right? And I get why they told us that. They wanted us to be tough and to be able to handle some of the unkind and insensitive things that people say without overreacting to them. But the reality is that words can be very painful, like very, very painful indeed, and they can hurt very deeply. Proverbs, the book of Proverbs, has lots and lots of proverbs about our words and the words we choose to use. And how we respond to the words that others speak to us. And so our proverb today is one of those. It's one of the many proverbs in the book of Proverbs that deal with the kinds of words that we use. And this is Proverbs 12, verse 18. So I want you to take a second. I want you to read it out of the Bible before we talk about it, so that you don't know that I'm not making this stuff up. So take a second, pause the video again, find a Bible, and look up Proverbs 12, verse 18, and read it together with whoever is watching the video with you. So take a second, pause the video, and look up that verse. Again, it's Proverbs 12, 18. Awesome. Hopefully you guys are really looking these things up and not just waiting for the video to keep going again, right? This is what Proverbs 12, 18 says. Now, the version you read may sound just a little different if it's a different translation, but the meaning is going to be the same. And this is what my version says. It says, "Thoughtless words cut like a sword, but the tongue of wise people brings healing." Right? Now, did you notice that said? It says, when we say words without thinking about them, right, they can cause great pain. In fact, it compares the pain they can cause to a sword. That's pretty serious, right? Like, words can hurt as bad as a sword cut, which is true. They can be devastating. They can hurt so bad. But then the Proverbs gives us the other side of that truth, which is that when we are thoughtful in the things that we say, our words can actually be a blessing to people. They can bring healing to people. And so we're going to read a story real quick that I think is a great example of how words can hurt and how words can heal. And why we do this, I want you to think about some of the words that you use. And this word, there's a lot of mean words in this story. And I want you to think about, what are some of the things that you say, maybe to mom and dad, or to a brother and sister, or people at school, or friends in your neighborhood? What are some of the things you've said that you know were hurtful words? And then, what are some of the things that you say or can say that are words that are a blessing? I want you to think about that as you hear about these guys and the unkind words they use. Now, I feel like I might have read this story on another video. I've asked some people, we can't remember if I read this on another video or not. I've done so many now that I can't remember if I did this on another lesson. It doesn't matter. If I did, it is one of my very favorite books. It's one of Sadie's favorite books. In fact, I'm reading her copy today. So you'll see in a minute while I'm reading through it, you'll see that there's some pages torn because Josie, I said Sadie. Josie is kind of hard on books yet. But the book is called Tale of the Poisonous Yuck Bugs. And this one is by Aaron Reynolds. And we'll read this now. It's a really good book. Proverbs 12:18. Thoughtless words cut like a sword, but the tongue of wise people brings healing. On the island of Gak, in the Gackleback Sea, way up on the branch of a boingo leaf tree, lived two bugs that were scary, as scary can be. These bugs are the yuck bugs. There are two, as I've said. One yuck bug has blue spots and the other has red. If you were to see them, two creatures so small, you'd say to yourself, they aren't scary at all. But they're poisonous, these yuck bugs. They're toxic. They reek. For their poison is found in the words that they speak. You jerkulous jerk, one will shout from their tree. If you're hearing me now, then you're dumber than me. Then the other will shout, no one's as ugly as you, to whoever's around. They don't really care who. And the creatures nearby all get sick when they hear them. So the creatures of Gak try not to get near them. And so that's how life was, with them yucking that way, shouting poisonous words, until one day. Oop, here we go. Yeah, there's the torn page. They were up in their tree. They were eating away on a boingo leaf that they'd picked fresh that day. They were chomping hungrily, chew after chew, when the one with the blue spots ripped the leaf right in two. You twerpulous twerp, said the red-spotted one. You've ruined my lunch. Now my meal is all done. I'll only eat leaves that are unripped, you see. You are clumsy and dumb, and you stink up the tree. There's a rule among yuck bugs that's never been broken. It's a really big rule, though it's kind of unspoken. Yuck bugs never talk to other yuck bugs that way. Well, this unbroken rule had been broken that day. I shouldn't have said that. I didn't mean to. But the words had slipped out, as such words sometimes do. And the poisonous words did their poisonous trick, and the blue-spotted yuck bug began to get sick. He opened his mouth and yelled through his pain, "You skunkulous goof! Is there sludge in your brain? You dare break the rule and use yuck words on me? Well, I can use yuck words on you. Watch and see." The red-spotted yuck bug started to sway, for the word skunkulous has extra poison, they say. And his foul cousin's words did their foul, nasty trick, and the red-spotted yuck bug began to get sick. Backwards and forwards, the words flew this way on that terrible, poisonous word-flinging day. And the more poisonous yuck words the two yuck bugs threw, the sicker and sicker the two yuck bugs grew. Your nose is explosive. Your feet smell atrocious. Your breath is repulsive. Your face is slobocious. At last, they were lying there, very near dead, from the poisonous words that the other had said. And our yuck bug story might be over now, if an odd twist of fate hadn't changed things somehow. For landing that moment way up at tree tip was a very rare bug on a very long trip. The watch what you utter fly is a rare bug indeed, and this rare utterfly eats a rare kind of seed that is found far away on the mountain of Mir. So the utterfly flies to it twice every year. But such a long flight, well, it's tiring at best. So the watch what you utterfly took a short rest. And so, spreading her wings, she touched down there and then on the branch on the tree that the yuck bugs lived in. As the yuck bugs lay lying there, dying there still, from the poisonous words that they'd used with such skill, that rare utterfly uttered something quite rare. What pretty blue spots on that bug over there. Well, the blue-spotted yuck bug felt something unyuck inside of him deep where the yuck words had stuck. And that blue one, the utterfly uttered, look there, such gorgeous red spots on that other bug there. Then the red-spotted yuck bug felt an unyucky feeling as his wounds from the poisonous words started healing. See, the watch what you utter fly has a great power. Some say it comes from the mere mountain flower. Others say that it comes from the nectar she drinks. But the truth is, it comes from the words that she speaks. For the unyucky stuff in the words that she'll say makes the yuck from the yucky words all go away. And that's what the yuck bugs were feeling right now. Their insides were unyucking and healing somehow. Looking good. Nice bugs. Nice spots. You're cool. Well, I've had my rest now, but I really must say that meeting you insects has brightened my day. And the watch what you utterfly fluttered away. And those two little yuck bugs who'd been almost dead were standing up tall, feeling strong now instead. Just how they were saved, they still hadn't guessed. But the utterfly bug who had stopped for a rest. And what happened then on the island of Gak? It is said they were changed by their yuckword attack. It is said the two yuck bugs in that boingo leaf tree aren't the poisonous yuck bugs that they used to be. In fact, they're quite liked now by bugs, beasts, and birds, for they know what it feels like to hear yucky words. Looking good. You the bug. You're nice. Great hair. Smelling good. You're cool. All right. Wasn't that a great story? I hope that's the first time I read it on video. I'm not sure. But I love that story because I think it illustrates this proverb so well. And it reminds us that our words have great power, both to hurt and to bring healing to people. So that gives us a choice, right? According to the book of Proverbs, if we have a choice to make. We can choose to use kind and good words that bless the people around us and build them up and bring them healing, or we can choose to use unkind and hurtful words that tear them down, hurt them and bring them pain? Which do you think would bring the best life possible? Yeah, I hope you said using kind words. That's what the book of Proverbs is teaching, that using kind words, if we make that choice, it will help us to have the best life possible. All right, well, thank you guys so much for tuning in again today. And I am looking forward to seeing you on Sunday and then in person on the 23rd. God bless all you guys. Bye.